Welcome to the Friends and Rivals podcast.
This isn't their last home game, is it?
Yeah, it's the last game of the season, so it's their last home game.
Oh,
It's
wait,
kind
this
of
is
how it works.
Let's talk Devils and Islanders. Let's talk Penguins and Rangers. But let's not talk about Flyers, cause they're a bunch of fucks, which no one can deny.
So we have an abundance of playoff games going on tonight, and nothing has been settled yet. Listen, I think this is the best problem for the NHL to have, is that within games 80, 81, going into 82 of the regular season, that there are still things to be fought for. Right now, in games this evening, we have the Red Wings down in the third period 4-3. We have looks like the Islanders are actually about to clinch a playoff spot by defeating the Devils. There's about 15 seconds remaining in the third period there. Penguins up 4-2 in the third period. And the Washington Capitals, with a little over 3 minutes left to go, up 1-0 on the Boston Bruins. So Islanders look to be a lock to get, and it looks like that was just a final. And congratulations to the New York Islanders, who have clinched third. How the fuck did they third place in the Metro?
Yeah, fucking
unbelievable. Great. Unbelievable. Doesn't even make sense.
So happy for you.
I hope Billy also joins me by
I don't.
in a couple of days.
No, fuck him.
Because
he's not even here.
It'll just make no sense. Our team should not have made playoffs.
You cursed them for dead probably
many
5
times,
or 6
times.
during the course of the season.
I'm so glad you bring that up. Because that is exactly how I felt all season.
But as the Panthers proved last year, you just got to make it, right? You just got to make it in.
Every year, there's a team that gets 7th, 8th, like 6, 7, 8 spots, and I guess we should say wild card now, right? Wild card. You get a wild card, and you get there. You get deep. It happens. So we'll see. We'll see which top team gets knocked out in the first round this year.
Well, could it be the potential President Trophy winning New York Rangers? They go up 3-0 on Ottawa. Artemi Panarin with his 49th of the season. Could he get 50 in this game? They've been trying to get him the puck all night, and it's really been annoying how much they've been trying to get him the puck. But he's in a good position, a good slot, right in the slot, and deflects a lingering shot. Goes over the shoulder of Korpisalo for his 49th. And the Rangers have a 3-0 lead. 15 minutes left to go in the third period to clinch the President's Trophy, which will go down as the greatest regular season in franchise history. Points, wins, and a President's Trophy.
And they add to that.
Yeah, I should have done a little bit more show prep and have gone to the beginning of the year. Does anybody have our predictions? At the beginning of the season?
I actually might have mine written down, actually.
Yeah, I do. I have them written down. Well, I think I do anyway.
I do have mine from this year, and it's fun to look at it now.
It doesn't sound too fun.
I have over unders for goals.
Let's see the standings.
Yeah. I have a
top I only 10 have list.
Mine. I have douche nozzle written down for some reason.
Because you're a douche nozzle. So
no, I'm not a douche nozzle.
That would make sense. No,
you really enjoyed me saying that word. And
I really did.
Laughed every time. That was exactly
it's such a quality word. That's why. Douche nozzle. Bill's new job. I think I missed. I have to look at that. If anybody has that, that would be incredible to kind of look at and just say, "Hey,
I can
really
mine. I got mine right here.
All of us. Do you? Well, at least say yours, so we can laugh at you.
All right. So this is great. Let me go to division. Yeah, this is probably better if I do it. No, conference is probably wild card. Yeah. All right. I had in the East, my first team. Do you guys remember what team I had?
No, Nick, that's why we're doing this.
They didn't make the playoffs.
They didn't make the
It's
Ottawa.
Did you have New Jersey?
I had New Jersey Devils making the step and winning the regular season in the East. That's what I had. I thought that the Devils would make that big step, and they took a step back. So that was a big whiff. I had Carolina at number 2. Good spot. They're basically number 2 right now. I had Tampa at number 3, who are in the wild card. They've not really accurate there. Toronto, I had number 4. Yeah, they're about there. Bruins, Panthers, who are actually 1-2 in the Atlantic. I had those the next 2, and then I had the Rangers in 7th and Isles in the 8th spot. So of those teams, I think I got almost all of them except for the Devils, which I whiffed on completely. But I think 7 of 8 is pretty good. The East.
The Detroit Red Wings have tied the game.
I watched it while you were talking, and it was good. It was good.
Wow.
An epic jump to stop the puck at the blue line on the 6-on-5. Put it back over, got it over to the guy in the down mode. Waited, boom. Anyway, that's going to be interesting to watch the last few minutes of that game. On the West, I had Vegas in first. Not quite first. Not quite first.
No.
They were 8th.
Close. They were very close.
Very close. I had Dallas number 2, who is number 1, so pretty good. Pretty good there. Edmonton and who I had number 3. I had Colorado number 4. They're both 2, 3. They're all in the same place, I feel like, point wise, so it doesn't really matter. Kings and Seattle. Now Kings, I made it. Seattle definitely did not make it.
No.
I had the Wild, who also did not make it, and then my favorite pick was the Coyotes, who I was my wild card because why not have fun with it? And they definitely did not make the playoffs. They were so
not
bad.
Only did they not make it,
they're not going to make it next year.
They're relocating.
No, they're not going to exist next year. And I had the Devils and Canes in the conference finals with the Hurricanes winning. West, I had Vegas and Edmonton with the Golden Knights winning and repeating. So who knows? I have Hurricanes and Golden Knights in the finals. Maybe that'll still happen. I don't know. That was my prediction at the beginning of the year. But I will be honest, I feel pretty good about Vegas with Mr. Stone miraculously coming off the LTIR.
Who saw that coming?
There's no debating that he had a ruptured spleen. There's nobody debating that.
Right, you can't.
It's just the timing of if he didn't do what he did last year, everybody wouldn't have said boo at Mark Stone and his spleen this year.
Yeah.
The Washington Capitals will win the game 2-0.
There you go. Caps are in the driver's seat, as it were, with Detroit right behind them. But the problem Detroit has, we talked about before the call,
they have to go to overtime right now.
They also have 27 regulation wins. Capitals will have 31.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh,
they don't have a chance.
Is winning still. They're 4-2 in the third. They should probably win. Predators have an empty net. But if they win that game, they will still have one regulation win more than the Capitals. But they need a point. So in the next,
but they also play an Islander team who's got nothing to play for.
That's true, and they'll have a good chance. I honestly think they'll probably beat the Isles now that the Isles have clinched the last spot. Especially since they'll get 92 points. They've clinched the third spot basically. Washington can't catch them now, so they're in that position. They'll play. I'm guessing. Well, I guess it depends who Rangers and Hurricanes play. Yeah, they play. They're not playing each other, right? They're playing. Rangers are playing.
No, Rangers can't play the Canes in the first round.
Oh wait, this is their last game. Rangers' last game is right now, right?
Yep, and the Canes' last game is tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow they play fucking Columbus. Listen, the Canes finish with Columbus or Chicago and Columbus.
Yeah, well, Rangers are going to win. Rangers are going to lock it up. They're going to be. It's going to be 3-0. It's 3-0 right now. 3 minutes left or 12 minutes left, whatever it is. They are clearly going to be the number one spot, and it's looking like that will be locking up the President's Trophy.
Yes, it will.
So it'll be Carolina
Last
and New
President
York.
Trophy team to win the last President Trophy team to win the Cup, the
Mhm.
2013 Chicago Blackhawks.
There you go.
Which means it happens about once a decade. Why not now?
Oh yeah,
Why
Yeah.
not now?
Why not? Absolutely.
Don't agree.
No, that's I want it to happen. I'm
Why
betting
do you
all
want it
my
to
money on the Rangers every game. I'm gonna just keep doubling my money.
Good.
Backing them up.
Do you have the Wings Habs game on, Nick?
Yeah, I do. I'm watching it
Okay,
right now.
good. All right. I won't
I'm keeping
I'll
an
let
eye on
you
it.
I'll let you do that. Let you do your thing.
Oh, Detroit. Detroit's really trying to get this extra point. This is actually a good time where they could potentially pull the goalie in overtime because
Oh, I mean, yeah, I
this
get it.
they need both points. They can't
Oh,
do much. I think this is the perfect opportunity to do this.
I don't think
They
this game.
on a
I
crossbar.
think game
Crossbar.
82.
Oh,
What happened?
Detroit hit the crossbar in the
Oh,
OT.
I think in game 82 you do that. I don't think you do it in 81. I know points are a premium, but it's really
Oh, actually, no, you're right. You're right. They can still win the shootout. They can still get in the shootout. It's
yeah.
okay. You're right. They don't need to do that. I agree because the regulation wins don't matter because they're too far back. They're not gonna. It wouldn't matter.
That game is now final. Pittsburgh beats Nashville 4-2. Billy's reverse logic of shitting on his team has been working for weeks now. Weeks.
Oh, two crossbars.
Two crossbars? Oh, geez.
Uh-oh. Like the reverse. How many posts can they get before Montreal gets the puck?
How many posts do they hit before the NHL just says, all right, you get the point.
if
Fine.
well, if they hit two posts, right? They already got the crossbar. All they got to do is hit two posts, and that counts as a
Yeah,
goal.
that's
Ah,
it.
Yeah.
Game over, right? Like the posts. That'd be
So
more fun.
Philly at Washington tomorrow. I'm sorry, Washington at Philly tomorrow.
Right. Massive game for Washington. I guess is Philly completely out now, or they have an outside chance?
no, because
They're at
thought
87.
I thought I heard somewhere that they had the tiebreaker over Washington. I think I heard it on NHL radio on Sirius.
Washington's at 89, right?
Yeah.
If
Yes.
Philly wins, they're at 89.
Correct. They would tie it in regulation wins if they win in regulation.
Pittsburgh is at 88 right now.
Yep.
So if Pittsburgh beats the Islanders, they're at 90. So that, knocks both Washington and Philly out of the race.
Oh, it would be Pittsburgh if they beat the Islanders.
Right. If
That
Right.
game's Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they'll Penguins will know their fate going into that game.
Well, they'll know when and
They
you're
control
in.
their
Yeah.
destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna put all my money on Philly. I can't have that fucker. Somebody's got to be with me looking in. Somebody's got to be with me on the outside looking in.
You're putting all your money on Philly. Is that what you said?
No, on the Penguins. I'm going to put my money on the Penguins.
Well, this is, I think, the best case scenario that the NHL could have hoped for is in the East with all these races coming down to the end.
So even if it's not, figuring out who gets in and who doesn't get in, it's the matchups
Yeah.
that you
How do you
get all
feel?
the way down to 82.
How do you feel if you're the Boston Bruins, Billy's
Terrible.
favorite
I feel
team?
like
right?
I feel
They have to
terrible
play-
because I live in Boston.
They have to play the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round. Do you want to play Tampa right now? I don't want to play Tampa. I don't want to play Tampa, period.
Detroit wins.
Detroit
Unbelievable.
wins. Detroit
2-1.
wins in
Unreal.
overtime.
Unreal.
Woo!
That was a hell of an end of the game.
Hello, William. This is where you open your mouth
Hello.
and say hello if your
Hey,
mic is
happy-
not muted.
Is it muted now? Do you hear me
No.
now?
It wasn't. You opened your mouth and I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Well, happy Jackie Robinson Day, everybody. Good to see you all.
He's like a fucking brick. He's like just brings the whole show right fucking down.
Wait, is it the day in Major League Baseball where everybody wears number 42
It's Mariano Rivera.
in honor
Day.
of Mariano Rivera?
Yes.
That's today.
In honor
Very
of
confusing.
Boban?
That's why hockey's a better sport. Everybody wears different numbers. Baseball just confuses the shit out of me.
Well, congratulations, Bill. Your Pittsburgh Penguins defeat the Nashville Predators 4-2.
Yes, that's great news. Except from what I just heard, I guess Detroit mounted a comeback and pretty much put the Penguins away anyway by doing so. So
No,
And the
we
Caps
figured
won.
about
And the Caps
73
won.
different scenarios where the Penguins can still get it.
there's only one scenario,
Yeah.
and it's the Penguins win and the Capitals and Detroit both lose their final game.
That's correct.
That's correct. That is correct. Two teams
So
have to
they're-
lose,
They're really not.
but you'll know tomorrow. Both teams play tomorrow. Detroit at Montreal and Capitals at Philly.
Fuck the Flyers.
Fuck the Flyers.
Oh my god! But in this case, I have to root for them, don't I? Hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
Yuck.
can you possibly do that?
Yeah. I mean, for for one game, I guess. I guess. Well, will I know if Detroit lost first? Because if
You'll
there's
know.
no point, then I'm not going to root
Yeah.
for the Flyers if there's no point.
Yeah, because they play tomorrow.
They play at the same
Okay.
time.
Yep. Tomorrow you have Detroit and Montreal, Caps, Flyers, and Wednesday you have Penguins, Icelanders.
It's going to
And
be
then there's
mean.
still a whole
Like it
nother
was last
fucking
year,
day
I
of
guess.
games.
Yeah, meaningless games. All West Coast games.
All
basically?
West Coast games.
All West Coast
Yeah.
games.
When do we get a day of all East Coast games? We never do. That fucking West Coast bias. Can we start the show now?
The show has been started.
Oh,
What are you
geez.
talking
It's-
about?
Really?
It's been
Yeah,
really
we've
going.
just been having fun scoreboard. Well, Nick and
Oh,
I
yeah.
have been having
You
fun
guys have.
scoreboard
I haven't
watching.
had- I haven't
Guys
had
gave me a
fun.
freaking heart attack.
I won't have fun till October.
And the Rangers go up 4-0 on
Was
Ottawa.
it Panarin? Please, dear
No.
God, tell me it was Panarin.
It was not Panarin, unfortunately. It was Alexis Lafreniere with his 28th of the season.
Something tells me they're gonna win the President's Trophy.
I mean,
Congrats,
Bill,
Rangers.
that's probably a goddamn certainty with a little under 7 minutes to go in the third period. First time since the 2015 season where the Rangers have won the President's Trophy and have been the best regular season team.
I don't know. It's Ottawa. They could come back.
I mean, you're right. They could. There's still a lot of time.
There's none.
But I don't think that's going to happen tonight. I'm sorry. Just don't think it's going to happen.
That's a great season for Lafreniere. Like,
28 and 57
yeah, 20
progression
20
wise,
goals.
100%.
Yeah.
But as
And
Billy
it's-
said, oh, he played with Panarin. I could score 28 goals with Panarin.
Oh,
Just
don't exaggerate. I said 15. I said
continuing the
15.
steady climb in his career, 21, 31, 39, 56, or whatever, whatever it winds up being.
I think
You
he's
know,
at
that's
57 now.
the trajectory you love to see.
Yes.
You know, maybe you get, 64, 65 point next season, and
I think the
By
last
the
two
time he's been
seasons
in the
he
years,
kind of plateaued a
10,
little
10
bit.
years, he'll have 200 points.
I hope so. I hope he does. I hope he does, Bill. But look, I am quite enjoying this. Your team doesn't win the President's Trophy all that often, and to be the best team in the regular season, I'm just enjoying every single second of this because I know going through the last 10 plus years of or maybe even 8+ years being a Ranger fan. It's been difficult at times. It's been fun at times, but every season has ended in pain. Is this one going to end in pain? Maybe, but we had a really, really good regular season, and I'm just enjoying this ride so much. That I get to see all your faces every single week, and how much you love to see me happy.
Is this really how the show's been since it started? Like,
Yeah.
did I?
Shitty? Yeah.
It's just been Tom going on and on about the Rangers.
Yes.
It seems like that's
not
It's
bad.
going to be the next at least 2 weeks.
Do we ride the Metro yet? I mean, like, what's
No, we didn't
Why-
even
why
get
would
this.
we
This
do
is
that?
still first segment,
love
pal.
of God.
This is still first segment.
We haven't
didn't
even started
Ugh.
item 1 on the agenda.
No, this is no. We definitely started item 1 in the agenda. This is item 1 in the agenda.
Oh, yeah, wait,
Yeah,
let me
but
check again.
still-
Yeah, it says, listen to Tom wax poetically about the fucking New York Rangers. You're right.
Well, did you enjoy it?
No.
I did.
Not particularly.
You heard it for 5 minutes.
That was probably 5 minutes too much for anybody. So how about that new team in Utah? What do we think their name is going to be?
Ooh.
I couldn't think of anything good. I suck.
The Grizzlies?
Well, Utah couldn't think of anything good either. I mean, they have the Jazz. There's no, I mean, the
Well, they
Utah
were-
Jazz doesn't work.
They were
There's no Jazz in
transplanted.
Utah.
Do you know what? So we went to Utah. So I went to Utah a couple weeks ago, and I asked them,
Oh.
what food is Utah known for? Do you know what the way? Not at one place, but at multiple places. Do you know what they said?
Sheep balls.
Second and third wives.
Rocky Mountain oysters?
No,
No? No?
fry sauce.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, what is
It's
fry sauce? Explain,
fucking
please.
like it's McDonald's special sauce. It's like
Isn't
mac
ketchup
sauce.
mayo? Ketchup mayo?
Basically, it. That's what they're known for. Fry sauce. Oh, you got to get fry sauce. Every place is known
Is
for their fry
that
sauce.
the accent? Is that the Utah accent?
No,
Fry sauce. You got to get fry sauce.
I was first saying some
Oh.
southern diner chick.
Oof, wow.
No.
All right.
But it can't be
But-
called the Utah fry sauce.
No.
I
They're
got
going to be called the Utah something, or they're going to be called Salt Lake City something.
I got a couple names.
Oh, Nick.
Well,
paired.
let me ask, are they Salt Lake City something, or are they Utah
I got a
something?
mixture. I got a
Yeah.
mixture.
Mixture. The floor is yours.
I got the SLC, the SLC Punks.
The Salt Lake
No?
City Punks.
SLC
Is that a
Punks.
wrestling thing?
It's a movie.
Well,
It was a movie.
Movie.
What movie?
I got
Wait. What
SLC
movie reference did I
movie?
not get?
SLC Punk is the name of the movie.
Never heard of it.
It's
I'm gonna have it in
literally
Costello
Salt Lake
routine.
City Punks. That's the name of the movie. Hence SL. I can't even understand. All right, whatever. That's
Yeah,
the
but
It
biggest
wasn't
one.
an 80s comedy
It's the
about
biggest
golf.
one.
Like, they didn't see it.
It's the biggest
Come
one. The Utah Uncle Rico's.
That's a good one. I like that. That's good.
Shot in Utah. Also, they're from the lead, the guy wrote it and direct and started, and him and his buddy or brother, whoever it is, they're from Utah.
It could be called
Uh,
the Utah Bacons, as in
Bacon?
movie star
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon, because the
Oh.
movie Footloose was
Ooh.
shot at a high school just north of Provo. And now they're closing this high school, and they invited Kevin Bacon to come to the prom, in which he accepted, and he's
Mm.
coming back to that high school where they shot the movie just to go to
Mm.
the prom.
That's just not relevant to anything at all.
Yeah.
Just,
Wait, that's relevant to it's the Utah Bacons, Bill. What are you talking about?
I'm curious if you guys ask our listener tomorrow if he gives a shit about what Tom just said.
Of course, you think he gives a shit when I say it through 151 episodes?
So anyway,
Something.
number third one, number three, a third one,
All right, Nick.
the Utah Snow Bunnies.
Ooh.
What about the Salt Lake City Slopes?
That's good. I like
No,
that. That's a
no.
good one.
No,
That
that's not a
sounds
word.
That's
That's
not
fucking-
Can't do that one.
No.
Why not? I like it.
There'll
It's
be
for the ski
protests.
slopes.
Ski slopes. Yeah, I know. Totally ski slopes.
We have.
Why, Bill?
I
What
know
were you
that.
thinking?
You know
Let's see.
that. But
How about the Salt Lake City Moguls? Some other ski terms.
E terms, yeah.
Hmm.
Moguls. Good
I'm
one.
gonna go with my favorite one. Salt Lake City Super Soakers.
Was it invented there?
That's not what it's for. I thought for sure Tom would get this one.
What obscure movie are you talking about now?
Not a movie. Okay, so just take out super and just call them the Soakers.
If this is a porn reference, you're better asking Billy about this, not necessarily.
No,
This is a Mormon. This is a Mormon reference that
Listen
like
to
you
me.
guys
Tom,
totally
you
should
were
know.
just in Salt Lake City.
Saw a lot of homeless people. So
Mm.
I went to Park City. That was nice.
Just actually just say I got it, and now we're gonna ride the metro. Why don't we just
Oh,
This is literally like
Oh.
Tom's Tom's alley. I thought he would get 100% and die laughing.
Okay,
but
just
he-
explain it then.
yeah,
So
but
we
yeah,
can
I
make
don't,
him feel
I,
stupid.
I
more
don't know
in-
if we keep saying
in
that he's
Utah,
gonna
in Utah, well, in Mormons typically they they don't have sex when before they're married, so they do what's called soaking. And they put it in and don't move. And
No!
oh,
I want that to be the name so bad now. That's awesome.
wow.
I'm just gonna
Soaking.
and hope for an earthquake. I'm just gonna leave it in and hope for an earthquake. Somebody kick the bed.
Soaking.
Wow.
apparently it's a big thing in Mormons and because they try to they need technicalities to get around the no sex before marriage.
So you put it in. It's still intercourse.
yeah,
No,
I would have to agree there.
Look, it's like
I think they're all going to hell if they tried this.
it's like like I what Amish. It's is it Hasidic Jews or something? There's some weird
The curlicue
rules.
people.
Yeah, there's some real weird rules with like
Through a
caves,
sheet.
technology. Yeah, like around Sundays or something. I don't know, some crazy rules. Yeah, like something there's all these weird things that they
Wow.
they come up with things to get around the rules that are made up anyway. So
I
they do
hope,
dumb shit.
I hope, I hope, I hope the NHL has some sort of open call for name ideas.
I wish. I'm sure it'll be something dumb like the Yetis or something.
The Salt Lake
Because
City Soakers, though, that does have a
That's
really good ring to it.
super soakers, not even.
Super Suckers.
Nah, Super Soakers Nerf, you can't do that. It's already like trademarked and registered and shit like
They
that. So
can't
you
work with Nerf. I mean, Disney had the Ducks. I mean, you just got to strike up a deal and they'll be fine with it.
Yeah, you're right, but it's the Coyotes. They don't have any money.
Mm,
You got to give them a couple years.
got me there.
They'll probably be the Salt Lake City Coyotes,
Yeah, probably.
right?
That's because they were not great.
The
They
Utah
just let
Jazz just took on the
just
name
let the
from
Jazz
New
come in, yeah.
Orleans.
Exactly.
Well, how about this for a team name? And it sticks with the movie theme. The Salt Lake City Swansons. No?
Swanson.
It's a Dumb and
The
Dumber reference.
Swampsonites?
Come on.
I was say the Samsonites?
Yes.
They didn't go to Salt
Swansons.
Lake City in
Sweeney,
Dumb and Dumber.
Swami.
Yeah, it was in Salt Lake.
Samsonite.
It was filmed in Salt Lake City.
Oh,
Or it was
filmed
way
in
filmed in
off.
Utah,
Okay,
at
but
least.
That's
nobody's
pretty
gonna
good.
get the reference if it was filmed in Salt Lake City unless it was part of the setting of because in the movie they went to Aspen.
Aspen. Yes.
Aspen.
They went
How
to
about
Aspen.
the Utah?
Well, was Footloose ever said it was Utah or like Provo?
No, I didn't
No.
know that until now.
All right.
It was supposed to be Texas.
Yes, it's supposed to be in
Right?
Texas, I believe. You are right.
What about the Utah Stocktons?
Or the Malones.
Yeah.
No, the Malones.
I'm
no,
Karl
that's
Malone.
not good because he's a kid toucher.
Yeah.
I
That's
think he's
not-
canceled.
But they have Stockton and Malone own car dealerships on either side of the highway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's awful.
Really? Weird.
And there's just homeless people
Yeah, is
laying
it
in
weird?
each showroom.
I guess it doesn't matter. They all get the same. It's all like they all clump together. All the car dealerships.
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
That's how they make money. Because you go one place and you just ping pong between which one you want. I'm
Well,
sure
that's just it. You go to the Stockton dealership and they kick you over to the Malone dealership to finish the sale.
No Fletch references, Steve, at all? I mean,
Nah, I quite honestly, I've been done with hockey for 3 weeks, so I didn't even really think about it.
Did you do the eulogy?
I did.
There we go. I did miss something. I'll have to listen back.
No. Oh,
No, we
I
didn't.
wrote it. I haven't said it yet. I'm
Oh,
doing it during the Metro, apparently, which we should start right now and go.
Well, I think that's a great segue to Ride the Metro. Sponsored by Rich Wholesome Nestle Quick. Hello, boys and girls. Do you hate the taste of regular milk and need energy? Try Nestle Quick. One sip and you can feel the energy in your muscles. Nestle Quick, now available in chocolate and strawberry.
They say the real men drink pink. Then I'm a real man for sure. But if you like the brown, I still love you for who you are. Because it's time for acceptance of everyone, all preference. We're all quick on the inside anyway. Nestle Quick, it does the trick.
And we will start in hell with the Devils.
In solemn remembrance, we bid farewell to the hopes and aspirations of the New Jersey Devils' postseason aspirations, extinguished amidst the competitive flames of the NHL season. With heavy hearts, we acknowledge the conclusion of yet another campaign without the triumphant march into the playoffs. Despite valiant efforts and unwavering dedication from players, coaches, and fans alike, the Devils find themselves on the outside looking in, as the postseason festivities will commence without their esteemed presence. Gone are the fervent cheers echoing through the Prudential Center, replaced instead by a somber silence, a poignant reminder of the unforgiving nature of professional sports. Throughout the season, the Devils battled valiantly. However, fate dealt a cruel hand, denying them the opportunity to pursue hockey's ultimate glory in the form of injuries to key players, as well as goaltending woes, dashing their hopes of consecutive playoff berths. In the wake of this disappointment, we reflect on the cherished memories and remarkable achievements that have defined the Devils' storied legacy, from triumphant Stanley Cup victories to unwavering loyalty of their dedicated fan base. The Devils have left an indelible mark on the NHL landscape. As we bid adieu to this season and its unfulfilled aspirations, let us not mourn the absence of playoff hockey in Newark, but instead celebrate the resilience, passion, and unwavering commitment that embody the essence of the New Jersey Devils. Though the playoff drought may cast a shadow over the present, let us remain steadfast in our belief that brighter days lie ahead. With renewed determination and a steadfast resolve, the Devils shall rise once more, ready to reclaim their rightful place among the league's elite. In memory of the 2023-24 season and the New Jersey Devils playoff dreams, may they rest in peace forever in our hearts.
Oh,
R.I.P.
Danny boy, the pipes are. Never mind.
With the fourth shutout of the regular season, Igor Shesterkin secures the Rangers a President's Trophy for the 2023-24 New York Rangers, who are not only first place in the Metro, first place in the East, first place in the NHL. That's all that needs to be said.
Look
Bill,
at you.
Penguins.
This is why it was so important that I got back from tryouts to get onto this podcast tonight, was to talk about those Penguins and their playoff hopes. So they played Detroit. What was it? Last, I don't know, Thursday, Friday, or something like that. And they really needed to beat Detroit, and they were up 5-3 in the third period. Erik Karlsson had two of the worst plays I've ever seen trying to in a game where not only just trying to hold the lead, but I mean needing it so badly to win in regulation. And he, his giveaway, they weren't even giveaways. It was just he just made misplays and they ended up in the back of the net and so it was 5-5 and the Penguins went into overtime in that game and then Carlson did score in the overtime to give the Penguins that edge. So then they went on to play Boston on Saturday. And when Tom, who am I saying when all you guys, it was Tom. When Tom kept trying to convince me, that the Penguins would have a shot at the playoffs, and the Penguins started picking up steam late in the season here. Even when there was like some 7-8 games to go, and the Penguins were inching a little closer, I looked at their schedule and I saw that Boston game, and I said, even if they're fighting through all, and picking up points and blah, 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 they're going to get to that Boston game and they're going to lose that game. And that's effectively going to be it, and it was, I predicted the loss. They lost, was 6-4. And now they need, to win out and have multiple, teams lose to get them in. They need a lot of help. They're not going to make it. So I will be the one eulogizing in another week. So that's just about it for the Penguins. They're still technically alive with one game to go, although we don't know, they might not be alive by the time they play that last game. We'll have to see what happens in the next night here. So that's all for the Penguins.
Nick, Icelanders.
Well, unbelievably, the Islanders are in the playoffs. And we've said it already today in this in our earlier in the show, but it being the month, it was I wrote them off many times this season. But somehow they proved me wrong again. Have been 7-0-1 in the month of April. Only loss being a shootout overtime loss to the Rangers, which happened earlier this week. This
First
was
place New York Rangers.
First place New York Rangers. And we had to beat them twice, effectively, I thought, to make the playoffs, which I thought was going to be very, very difficult. Isles and Rangers play all of their games this year have been tight. All 4 games, 2 overtime games. One obviously in the outdoor game. And the gutty performance this week against Montreal, where they were behind the entire game and somehow just got the overtime winner. Palmieri again, just fucking being as clutch as he could possibly be, getting us another one extra point. That extra point was a big deal because after the overtime loss to the Rangers, we controlled their destiny with just
First
some luck.
place Rangers.
First place New York Rangers.
And had a chance to clinch it tonight against the Devils, and they came up big.
Last place stuff.
4-1.
Second to last place stuff.
Should have been
I'm gonna stop.
almost a 5-1 game. But as we talked before, Romanov didn't score in that goal. It didn't even matter in the last minute and a half. So anyway, this has just been a roller coaster of a season. And I read after this is the 5 of the last 6 years the Isles have made the playoffs, which has been a big turnaround for ever since Lou came in. Obviously, you can't argue with the overall things when you look at it from that perspective. Twice in the Stanley Cup, Eastern Conference Finals, coming up short both times, and hopefully this year a little better performance. I mean, I could talk about the team and the numbers. I look at the cap, and the cap looks very difficult to deal with for the foreseeable future, and all those things. But hey, man, I think the Watt move was great. I liked it. I knew it would take a while. Very happy to see him get into the playoffs in the first year, and very excited to see us against Carolina, where I'll probably try to go to at least a game, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes because the tickets are going to be expensive, but it's going to be a fun ride.
Can't Randy Travis the Turd get you some tickets?
I talked to Randy last time, and he was really just, trying to pull one over on me. I don't know, man. He's trying to sell me some of his beef jerky, and I was like, listen, I just want tickets, and he was like, oh man, I don't know what you're talking about. I just want to give you some beef jerky along with these tickets, but I just didn't want to get into it with him. He was just
Dude,
really,
do you
really
do
giving me the whole
you
thing.
that is a we got to bring back impressions with Nick. That was a solid impression of Randy Travis III.
I
Let
mean,
me
I
I'm gonna.
try,
I thought he was here in the room with me.
I
holy
try.
crap.
But yeah, I'll see. I'm gonna give you another call. See if he'll give me a good deal.
Nope, we're good.
As long as I think you got to purchase some moonshine. I think that's part of the deal. It's not just the beef jerky.
We'll see. We'll see. Moonshine is really a Tennessee thing, but yeah, he's a bit of a character. So I don't know. I don't know. He's got his sleeve. He actually doesn't have any sleeves. He's just sleeveless all the time. So
That makes a
yeah.
lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. How you feeling against? You got to play Carolina. How did the Islanders fare against them this year?
Great question. I actually don't remember. I did see that we did go to the Isles Carolina game. Like overall, I don't recall their record. I'll look it up really quick. But
That was more
uh,
toward middle of the season, right? When you guys sucked.
yeah, yeah. Well, we did play them around Christmas time. We went to see them, and that was like the best I've ever seen the Isles play in person, minus
Hmm.
like one or two games. But that was an amazing game to go to. They played really well. But this team has been up and down all season. So it's just when you catch them, and so they're a very dangerous team, obviously when they're on, because their 5-on-5 is great. That's what they're good at. Good goaltending, but PK, PP, pretty bad. But let me see, what was it? Yeah. Head-to-head results against the Carolina Hurricanes. We were 2-1-1, I guess. The 2 wins and one loss and an overtime loss. I caught one of the earlier games that they won. Let's see. I don't see it. Nope, they don't show me. Anyway, that's it. 2-1-1. Pretty good so far this year against them. But like I said last year, as we did play in the playoffs last year, that the Carolina and Isles play very similar games, and it's becomes very much a very, very tight game. Whoever usually gets the lead early is going to be the one that's going to have the most advantage. And the Isles play terribly from behind, so they really need to get that first goal and play in front and not lose the lead. And that's the Metro.
Well, playoffs start on Saturday. All things pointing to the Rangers starting on Sunday against whoever they're going to play. Afternoon game, by the way, at 3:00 on Sunday for the Rangers. That's what was leaked. Don't know how official that is. Obviously, it's not official, right? Because it's leaked. But what we will see for sure. But the Knicks play home. Bill, you would know. They play home what, Saturday they start?
I believe Saturday they're supposed to start. Yeah, either against the 76ers or the Heat.
Last time both teams finished with more than 50 wins, 1994. So, you know what that means?
The Rangers are going to win the Stanley Cup again.
No. It
OJ's
means
gonna
somebody's
kill
going to kill
someone?
somebody and drive down the freeway in a white Bronco. That's all that means.
A new Bronco or like an old school Bronco?
It's going to be old school. R.I.P.
Oh, wow.
OJ. R.I.P.
Go fuck yourself, OJ.
All right. What segment are you bringing us now, Bill?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm not sure yet, so I was thinking I might try.
You're not sure?
We're gonna
You're
try.
not sure.
We
You
can
had
really learn
100
something for
weeks
real.
I gave you
prepare.
creative freedom to do whatever you wanted.
I know, and I'm gonna do something, but like it's gonna be like a trial thing and then we'll decide what we want to go with for real, like for next season. So
Well,
so this
did you decide on chlamydia with Bill? Is that what you decided on?
no,
Because I'm here for it.
I know I think that could be, I think that has possibilities, but I'm going to do interesting hockey quotes.
Doubt it.
Interesting hockey quotes with Bill.
Steve is so disgruntled.
And but I think Steve is drained because he did a really beautiful eulogy.
It was
and I think we really
beautiful.
have to.
It
I think we really
was.
have to acknowledge
It
how
really
beautifully
cemented
written
how
it was.
shitty the Devils were this year. I
Eat a
agree.
dick, both
It
of
really
you.
did. It really got the point across and
Fuck off.
touched my heart. But onto the quotes. Okay, so since the Rangers are odds on the favorites
Excuse
to
me.
win it
Excuse
all,
me.
the first place New York Rangers,
Thank you.
the President's Trophy winning New York Rangers.
That you're
Um,
man after my own heart.
I want to go back to 1950 when the Rangers were actually in the Stanley Cup Finals against the
Ooh.
Detroit Red Wings.
Ooh, triple
Um,
overtime loss. Oof.
and it went to a game 7, and it was a quote after the game 7 that we're going to get into. This was back when the Rangers had to play their quote unquote home playoff games in Toronto because Madison Square Garden was booked for the circus in town. But the Rangers really pushed the Red Wings hard in that series to 7 games, and obviously the famous Hall of Famer Mr. Hockey Gordie Howe was playing in that series. So they go to a game 7 in this hard fought series, and Howe wants to set the tone early. There was a guy named Don Raleigh who was playing for the Rangers, who was really lighting them up the whole series. So in the first period, Howe just goes after him. They get into a scrap. Beautiful thing. Howe setting the tone out there. And then they go on to the Detroit was behind in the game in the third period. Gordie scored the tying goal. And then when they went, as Tom said, went to 2 overtimes, and Howe sets up Pete Babando. I don't know how the hell to say his name. Babando. And after the game, they're talking about how he did so many things on the ice to win that game, and he's like, "Yeah, it was a me hat trick. It was a me hat trick, right?"
You did that whole thing just to get there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that Don Raleigh from the Rangers, he got his ass kicked so bad he left hockey that season, and then the next year he just founded a settlement in North Carolina.
Hey, Nick, money talks. Go.
Oh my God. Well, maybe you know what? We're gonna blue sky your next idea. What's
Is that another corporate phrase, douchebag? What does that mean?
I don't know what that. I don't know what that meant. I don't know if I was
yes,
only
it
one.
is. It's more corporate jargon for you. Yes, it is.
What does it mean?
We're gonna come up with some better ideas
Why
than
don't you
what
say
he
come
came
up with
up
some
with.
better ideas then?
All right, that one didn't work. Okay, I like feedback is good. Feedback is a gift. That's another corporate jargon.
All right.
Next money talks.
We done yet?
Money, it's a gas. Grab that cash with both hands and make a stash. New plug, give a fuck, G and daydream. Think I'll buy me a hockey team.
Almost there. My headset.
We have weeks left, Stephen.
Yeah,
Weeks.
I might be absent.
Do I sound okay?
You sound magical. What do you mean?
Okay.
Do I sound okay?
I changed.
Wait! You're not wearing the
headphones.
big giant headphones. What's happening?
They're charging. I
Oh.
didn't charge. I used them all day, and I forgot to charge them
Makes sense.
between things. Anyway, so just wanted to have a quick money talks tonight on the Arizona Coyotes. Interesting.
You mean the Utah Super Soakers?
the former Arizona Coyotes, after Game A2, seems like it's going to likely happen. And they'll be probably the future Utah Super Soakers. So interesting things have been going on. Obviously, we talked about it a little bit. Deal going on with the between NHL is going to buy, basically loan. It's not even a loan. They're giving $1 billion to the current owner of the Arizona Coyotes, and basically has the option to come back and move the reestablish the franchise once they actually get a within 5 years, if they get a land and basically start the building and of an arena, and they get the funding for it. And that's been the same problem they've had for years now, is trying to figure out how they can get the public to pay for it or get whatever whatever they're going to do, it hasn't worked out. And NHL has obviously stepped in and said, well, enough's enough. We're going to effectively move you because it looks bad. The NHL can't have teams playing in 5,000, less than 5,000, attendance arenas. Not even a real arena. It's in college, right? So, anyway, long story short, they're moving. It's happening. Like this is going to happen probably be signed, sealed, and delivered very quickly. And it's all happening because effectively they're going to get around the legalities of this by allowing I think it's the name is Morello, the owner of the Coyotes, the ability to come back and reestablish the franchise. So I think the whole point of this is they're like, here's $1 billion. If you can make it happen, we want a team in Arizona. Like they definitely want one there. Arizona's a big city, and there's definitely a big
Arizona's
growing
big state. First off, I just want to stat boy you.
Phoenix.
There you go,
Phoenix
that's
is a
better.
big
Yeah.
city, and and there's a big growing thing with hockey there. Matthews is from Arizona, and he a number of other players are starting to come up from there, and it's been a place where they obviously NHL has put in a lot of effort over, I think it was like 28 years. It's been a long time that they've been there, and they don't want to lose out on spots like at these points. Like this is something they put a ton of effort into, but at the same time, Salt Lake makes a ton of sense. These owners are that they're making this $1 billion deal. They're also paying $200 million. So it's like billion to the Arizona guy, 200 million to the owners. That gets distributed, by the way, to all the owners as kind of the entrance fee. And then they're going to get their team. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Now, the really interesting part about all this, outside of all the craziness that's been going on with that, and we talked about it a little bit before with Arizona, is that they have been on a obvious just spend as little money as possible on this franchise. I mean, they've been bleeding money clearly and trying to get something to happen with this arena deal. It wasn't happening. They moved to this college arena to play, and just everything about the franchise and everything around it's been clearly they're cutting costs. And you look at their what they've been doing, and they basically have the most second round picks by far of any team right now. It's 10 second round picks in the next 3 years. This year, next year, 2026. They have all their first round picks, no additional first round picks. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 thirds, and an extra fourth, an extra sixth this year. I mean, they just have stockpiled a crap ton of things of draft capital. They have Logan Cooley, who is obviously a pretty good, recent draft pick. Josh Doan, son of Shane Doan. Shane Doan, thank you. Yep. Clayton Keller is clearly a very, very good player. Only 25, locked up for another 4 years at a pretty reasonable 7.1 mil. And if you look at it, there's only about 5 guys on the team that are signed past next year. And of those, only Clayton and Lawson Caruso are the only guys past 25, 26. There's nothing's long term. I mean, Clayton's deal is 4 years more after this. It's halfway through 8-year deal. So everything is very, very, short. And all of their defensemen, nobody signed next year. All 7 defensemen, 2 UFAs, 5 RFAs. It's like they literally set us up so to have basically nothing. They don't have to worry about much. Now, you can make a lot of assumptions here and say, well, maybe they were setting us up for potential buyout like this is happening. Maybe. I mean, who knows? But they took on some contracts like Voracek and Shea Weber, by Brian Little. Those guys all weren't playing. They've been all on injured reserve. So they took those in lieu of additional draft picks. Their dead cap, they have OEL on like dead cap of under $1 million for the next 5 years. It's like 20,000 this year, which is a really weird number to look at. It goes up to 650,000 in 2 years. but then drops back down to like under 300,000 in 28, 29. So like realistically, under $1 million dead cap is like nothing.
Yeah.
Their buyout history, they have or left they have about $2 million in buyout dollars that from Zach Cassian and Patrick Nemeth for just next year. So after next year, they effectively have, I mean, there's nothing bad about their cap situation. Everything is effectively, open season here. Now, what was interesting today was there's been interviews about with not in official interviews, right? It's all been, this all happened very quickly. So you hear players being told today, which is kind of the thing that, hey, this is actually happening. And because that was the case, you got a lot of players being like, well, I don't want to move to Salt
Right.
Lake.
I signed up for Arizona.
Yeah. So now there's not a lot of guys in the roster, like I said, they're signed long term. But
Is the weather different?
It's not that it's not exactly the problem. When you set roots in somewhere, you don't really decide like the next day, everyone's like, hey, you're moving to another state. Everyone's pissed initially. And maybe it'll pass, especially once people start, going over there and seeing the place. I did look it up. It's about like, I think it was like about it was about $546,000 median house price in Salt Lake. It's
Don't
almost
think that's a
100,000.
concern for any of them.
No,
It's
and I
not.
don't.
But it's about 120,000 more than in Arizona. So, or in Phoenix, sorry. And which, kind of like it's kind of important when you look at some of the players, not the big name players, but some of the smaller guys may not really be excited to move somewhere where they can't afford it. They have to move like further out. I mean, Phoenix is, it's a lot of places to live. I don't know so much about Salt Lake, but and
Look,
where
I'm
the
not
arena's gonna be,
discounting
but
everything that you said in this segment, and I agree with you. But all of what you said changes the second they move to Salt Lake City. Everything changes. Everything changes.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet they get the number one? The lottery balls just happened to fall in their favor this year.
They're top 10
for the Soakers to get the number one overall pick.
Super Soakers
in
are in the top 10.
Scalabrini.
They are in the
Whatever
top
his
10.
name is. Not Scalabrini, it's Calabrini.
Celebrini.
So
yeah, they are right
and
there.
Players may not have wanted to go to Utah, but they're going to love Utah. Maybe
They
not
will.
all.
It's
but
not that they
whoever's
won't.
not going to
Minus
like
the
it is
homeless.
easily traded.
Minus the
It takes a week or two to for things to settle in. And these guys, I think the Clayton will probably, he doesn't have any kind of no movement trade clause, and he's the only guy that I think
He is the most tradable guy on that team.
by
No
far
problem.
the most. I said I like Cooley, but he's a rookie. I mean, but you got
but two guys
have
any no movement clauses at all? Like Schmaltz and Kerfoot are the only two guys.
That's it. Yeah, and Schmaltz, I could see. He's a good player. But they'll move on if one of these guys goes, I want to be traded. They trade him. It's not a big deal. I mean, it really isn't. But what'll be interesting is when we hit July 1st, where is the team officially going to be next year in Salt Lake or not? That's the indication.
Oh, they have to have that done before the draft, don't you think?
They have to. They have to get it all set.
The NHL said they wanted it done before the postseason starts.
Yeah, they want it done like tomorrow.
Yeah, they want it done before the postseason starts.
Because it's so much to do. And think about it too. This is like a whole arena moving. Everybody at that arena. I mean, there's not really an arena there in Arizona, but they have to hire all new people. And not everyone's going to make it in the behind the scenes and everything because it's a whole new franchise.
But they have the arena there. They got a professional sports team there, so it's not going to be that difficult to hire all these people, right? So,
but it's effectively they're dissolving the franchise. So they're pretty much firing anybody that's like an Arizona employee. Pretty much, they're going to hire all new people. It would be interesting to see, but I bet you that includes is probably a really good chance the front office is gone.
Because I am putting in our audition tape for the studio team.
Not moving
for the Utah team, whoever they are.
Let's go.
Let's go. Crazy.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'll do it in a heartbeat. Let's go.
Yeah, can I do it remote?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe. But your remote has to be done with Randy Travis the third.
No, I quit.
All right. I give him a call.
I quit. Don't quit. I quit.
Don't quit.
Quit.
I can't wait. I think it's a fascinating story. I can't wait to see what happens to the Salt Lake City Soakers.
We'll have to call special correspondence of Napoleon Dynamite, maybe.
Oh,
Teeny fat
God,
lard,
could you
come
imagine
eat
how many
dinner.
times they're gonna roll that fucking guy out?
Go.
Pedro for goalie.
By the way, debuting tomorrow on Amazon Prime, Saving Sakic is
What is that?
debuting on Amazon Prime. They made a fucking documentary about the Rangers offer sheet to Joe Sakic back in '97. So
Really?
Amazon
Oh,
Prime
man.
tomorrow
Air
and
Force One.
ESPN
Lots of Air Force One
Plus.
clips.
I will watch that.
ESPN Plus on April 17th.
That's sweet.
So watch out for those. Now let's go to this date in Steve's stomach.
Oh, that feels better.
What's the
Brought
next
to you
one?
by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
Round here, we're saving calories. Round here, we all look so lean. Round here, we enjoy Coke Zero, but sacrifice flavor, no. Round here, Coke Zero's the way to go.
This one's going to bring us to year of our Lord 2011. Please go. No, wrong one. Please go to November 14th. November 14th, 2011.
November 14th, 2011 was a Monday. I had an apple bar for breakfast.
An apple bar?
Yeah, like a Nutri-Grain apple bar.
I gotcha.
I had a pumpernickel bagel for lunch.
Ooh, score.
President's Trophy and a pumpernickel bagel in the same episode.
Can of
Unbelievable.
Coke.
Almost heaven, pumpernickel, toasted butter, Coca-Cola Classic, breakfast, lunch, or any time of day. Yummy in my tummy, it's my favorite way. Bagel store, take me home to the food that I love. Pumpernickel, I'm your daddy, take me home. Bagel store.
Can of Coke on the side with some, I guess, leftover Panera chips I had. Dinner was onion encrusted chicken and sweet potato fries with can of Coke. Tom, why did you pick Monday, November 14th in the year 2011?
Pumpernickel bagel for lunch. Come on. That was great.
Wow.
Wow, obviously. That was the day that a man who was high on bath salts breaks into a house and puts up the people's Christmas decorations. Oh, yes. Only in Vandalia, Ohio, can one Ohio family got the wrong kind of holiday surprise when they came home and found that a man high on, how do you get high on bath salts, by the way? Do you ingest them? Do you sniff them? What do you do with them?
Yeah, you just sniff them.
Any
Something.
I guess any of the above, I'm guessing. I've never
Is
done
it called
myself.
huffing? What was huffing? Huffing used to be some ingestion of some gas at one time. Anyway, Brogner made himself comfortable and started putting up Christmas decoration. You know what? I wouldn't mind this at all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind someone breaking in the house and putting up the Christmas tree for me.
No, it was middle of November. Isn't
Yeah.
the thing like an angel?
Oh,
like
that's
every decoration you put up like an
only the
angel goes to hell
weirdos
or
get
something
crazy
like
about
that?
if you do it before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly. Before
Police
Thanksgiving.
say an 11-year-old child came home in November of 2011 and discovered a 44-year-old Terry Trent. Sadly, he doesn't have 3 names. Sitting on the family couch and watching TV. Tamara Henderson, the child's mother, was next door when her son called her. He had said to him, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I'll get my things and go," she told the World whatever organization. Henderson called 911 and screamed for her neighbors. She said that there was candles lit, the television was on, and some Christmas decorations had been put up, including a wreath on the garage door. It seems like he was just trying to find a mellow spot to hang up and soak up the holiday spirit. But unfortunately for him, the Hendersons didn't want to help getting their home festive for the season. Police report indicated that Trent had a pocket knife, watch out, on him and was most likely abusing bath salts, according to police. Trent had a history of drug charges. No shit. He was charged with burglary and taken to the Montgomery County Jail. That is what happened November 14th, 2011.
Time's a creep. Time is a weirdo. Where does he come up with the shit? It's so disgusting. I was around when bath salts were like a big thing. You remember that they were like in the news, like, you know, like
No.
weekly for like
Yeah.
a year and a half. I still don't even know what a bath salt actually fucking is. I don't even know what it is.
The first
Got
thing
me.
that so I just Googled getting high on bath salts. It says help is available. Thank you. Dial 988. I do appreciate that. A
Wellness
trip,
check, Wesley Chapel, Florida.
well, a trip on bath salts is cheaper than meth or cocaine, but does much more damage. Bath salts, say the designer street drug that emerged in the United States in 2010. It's a fine powder in small packets. Doesn't even resemble large crystals, intended to soak in a bathtub. The drug merely, but what does it do to the water?
Just
Does
makes
it
it
like
fizz.
it makes it fizz and it just like
Yeah.
chills
Makes
your
the
body
water
out?
I think sometimes they have an aroma.
Good stuff.
Take all the bad attributes of
Guys,
ecstasy,
hey,
PCP, LSD,
that was
cocaine.
fucking awesome. I look forward to doing this again next season.
What do you mean? What do you mean
Can't
next
wait.
season?
Can't wait to do this again. Everybody, listen.
The,
Have a great
Uh,
fucking summer. Enjoy your
the
time up at the
playoffs
cottage.
are just
Playoffs?
starting.
Enjoy your time up at the cottage. Take some time, unwind, relax, spend it with the family,
Are you going to
and
adopt
we'll
a
see
team
you
for the playoffs?
again. We'll see you again in September.
We're not wrapping up the weekly podcast just because the Devils are eliminated.
No.
No, it's the end of the
absolutely
season.
not.
The season's
not the
over.
plan.
We're good.
We're gonna keep
Absolutely
going.
not. You're not going to adopt a team?
I am not adopting another team for the playoffs. I'm actually just going to be rooting against all of your teams.
Oh,
And
thank you.
that's the
Those
philosophy
two,
I will go.
anyway. You're not gonna be rooting against my team.
I'm rooting. When you listen back, haha, we know you never do. You would hear me say
That's Nick.
that I will be betting on your team in their next game because I need somebody to join me on the outside looking in.
Oh, you don't need to bet money for anything.
His powers have no magical power on any other team other than his own. He doesn't understand that.
But it didn't work tonight. I won $4. Thank you, New York Islanders.
There you go.
I won $4 on Saturday. Thank you, Philadelphia Flyers. Go fuck yourselves.
Fuck the Flyers. Happy trails to fucking John Sterling.
New
Listen,
Jersey Devils,
he was getting older. I get that. But why did you even come back to start the season?
Gotta be sick.
It has to be, right?
Right.
He has a press conference set up for Friday.
Or there's going to be a story come out about him illegally touching Susan Waldman.
Oh, touching
on
her
purpose?
anywhere by anybody should be
Any
illegal.
touching on her is illegal, yes.
On purpose?
Ugh. I might have to mute to throw up for a second. Hold on.
Ugh.
Yeah,
No,
no,
okay,
it's got to be sickness, right? It's got to be some sort of illness that he's deciding to step away for. Okay, that's going to do it tonight for us.
My last
be
shave
sure to
will be
follow
Wednesday
us.
evening, by the way.
What?
I have a training the next day in Chicago, so it has to wait until Wednesday evening.
What does?
Shaving.
Oh, great.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I there was some stupid article that I saw on Twix that said if you already have facial hair that you have to shave your facial hair in order to grow
Start.
a playoff beard.
You got to start
Actually,
fresh.
yeah.
You got to start
Yeah, we'll do it.
clean.
Yeah,
we'll
but
do
why
it.
would you want to do
Yeah,
that? If
yeah.
you ever already have a beard, just
No, that's gotta
keep
come
the
off.
beard.
The whole
Fucking
point is
Burns, that piece of shit that never shaved it
that's
down.
true,
to start
and
a playoff
it
beard,
worked
right?
out so well for him that you probably should go with that philosophy.
Yeah, because playoff beards have been such a proven fucking thing to work anyway.
They haven't.
I mean,
But
it
still,
works
I don't
100%
want to
of the
be.
time. Every
I
time.
the
would
16 teams
reckon to
will
say I would
argue
reckon to
that it does
say
work.
the Stanley Cup winning team usually has guys that have playoff beards, so it does work out really well.
I don't want to be the
Yeah, but
guy
so does
who
every
puts the
team that
bad juju
lost.
in the
Does
air.
no the winning team, the team that wins the Stanley Cup, has players that have playoff beards, so it's proven effective.
Well, that's why I started growing my beard when the Penguins missed the playoffs, and I'm going to keep growing my beard until they get back into the playoffs.
Challenge extended.
Be a while. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. Go on the Twix at friends_rivals. Give us a
Or
little
don't.
follow
Or don't.
on the on Apple, Amazon, wherever you find our podcasts. Turn on notifications so you never miss an episode of the Friends and Rivals podcast. Billy, say something
He
witty.
still gets to do this one too.
Go Salt Lake City Circle Jerks. That's all. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, that's a nice ring to it.
Go on.
Oh, my friends and rivals. Flyers fuck, flyers fuck, flyers fuck off. Flyers fuck, flyers fuck, flyers fuck off.
Oh, they're just sore
Oh,
losers.
It's gonna be
Man.
interesting conversations when two of us are talking. Next
Hey,
week.
listen, if it's you and I that's in the playoffs this year, they are fucking doomed, and I can't wait.
Oh
I'm
man,
I'm
It's
gonna
gonna
be here for
unbearable.
it. That's what I'm here for. Can't
Can't wait.
can't wait.